Dickinson, man. What the fuck are you thinking, dude? You're out of control. Like, I know, just moments ago, okay, the fact that you just laid out BJ Whitmer, like, I don't know what you are thinking, but I've only had a few times to jot down some notes. I don't know if you've seen it at youtube.com/AI Wrestling. I wonder where they got the idea. They've been putting up these Nixon tapes. Well, I'm here with Chris Dickinson, and somebody that unfortunately through the years I've become very familiar with. Let's talk about how we first met up through Beyond Wrestling, huh?
Well, you were very fortunate enough to have me come down to your little show in Ohio in your garage, and you know, it was what it was. I came down, I did what I had to do. I was hungry. I was only about 20 years old, and I wanted exposure at all costs. It didn't matter.
And you thought that wrestling in a garage, Pee-Pee's cornfield in the middle of fucking nowhere was gonna, like, that's really how desperate you. Why did it come to that point?
Well,
like, what happened?
Why did it come to that point? I mean, that's like, I think guys have probably even done a lot worse to try to get exposure. But I mean, you know, hey, you got to do what you got to do. Beggars can't be choosers when you want to make it in something.
Okay, and so you came out, I believe it was September 2009, the Bosses and Busters, our first DVD taping, and we invited a few different guests. I think, you know, when we did our pilot taping, there were a lot of people in the area that didn't really understand what we were trying to do, what the purpose was. Not to say that even now we really know what we're doing. But, you know, two of the people that were included in that were, you know, Chandler Biggins, John Thorne, as, you know, we probably most commonly refer to him as. And, I mean, they saw your performances. You competed in 3 losing efforts, but I think that has more so to do with getting acclimated to the environment, not so much to speak on your skills as a performer. Obviously, they saw something there, because at that
Shut the fuck up. Shut up. All right, so starting with AIW. Well, basically, yeah, AIW came down to the shows. They checked me out, and they liked what they saw. Plain and simple. I came here. I won the Intense title. Nobody beat me. I never really lost the belt. Let's get to the next question. Oh, would spend weeks with AIW. Yeah, I needed a place to stay. Just like I was telling you before, how I would, you know, you do what you gotta do to try to make it. Yeah, I was fucking stealing cans of tuna fish off the shelf in the supermarket, begging to get into a gym so I could shower in a clean shower, not Fat Nick's basement. You know, doing what I had to do to survive, because that's what you did. Catching rides to go to this place, to go to that place. You know, no money in my pocket. How about?
Are you just gonna interview yourself?
Yeah, I will. So just shut up. AIW Intense Championship. Yeah, I won the belt, absolutely, and I defended it. I had some solid matches. You know, yeah, AIW was pretty instrumental in helping me out, in helping me get my name out there, and I loved wrestling for them. But you know, we'll get to this. Leaving AIW, fired or quit, could have been a little bit of both. It was an issue. We'll get to this later, but it was an issue about the money. You know,
it wasn't about the money.
Listen, you want me to be real or not? I was the champion here. There was no world champion at the time. There was no world champion. I was the only singles champion. And I busted my ass for almost a year here. I mean, putting my body through hell. I did most of the craziest shit I was doing here on these shows. And, you know, when it came down to it, my ride situation fell through, and it was like, well, I can't come out there on my own dime, or, you know, my situation with work was tied up. You can't bring me out. I'll be realistic with you, you know, that's fucked up. You could take your stupid little title and shove it up your ass. It is what it is. I'll take my business elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, don't you have any regrets about doing that, though? Like, honestly, look at where Shima Zion is right now. You don't think that in some way, shape, or form that you're capable of performing at that level, that you deserve to be where he is?
Listen, man, this is life. You know, life throws you a 7-10 split. What do? You gotta deal with the cards you get dealt. I don't have regrets about the things I've done in my life or the things that have been dealt to me. It is what it is. That's how life works. You know, I mean, I'm not a fucking magician. I can't tell you if I would have done that, if I would have been in the WWF, or if I would have been in TNA or wrestling in Japan.
All right. Well, do you think that with your time at AIW, you saw an increased profile?
Absolutely.
Do you think that when you left AIW, maybe Thorne and Biggins somehow got involved to prevent that upward mobility?
Oh, blackballed. No, absolutely not. I wasn't blackballed, because I still did what I had to do. And you know what? I didn't wrestle for CZW that much. I mean, once in a blue moon, I did my shots for Gabe. I didn't even do that many Dragon Gate shows. I did one, and then I got hurt. I was supposed to go to Europe for 2 months. Boom, that was it. I was done. I handled everything on my own. I didn't rely on other people to get me where I needed to get. Yeah, you know what? They were instrumental. If they wanted to run their mouths and talk a bunch of shit, that's fine, because I don't think anybody else was listening. joining Nixon. I mean, plain and simple. You got guys that have been slighted for years. Guys that have always been screwed over, run down, and used. Come on. You didn't think I was going to join up with a couple guys like that? Take a look at me. What do you think? I've had everything handed to me over the last couple of years.
Yeah, but I mean that's placing the blame on the AIW guys, on Thorne and on Biggins, as opposed to take personal accountability. You don't think that Ricky, Bobby, and fucking Eric are responsible? You don't think that they've made their beds and now they have to line
Everybody makes their own way, particularly.
Yeah, they didn't make a way.
Well,
and you didn't either.
Oh, and I didn't, and I didn't make a way.
And I don't think it has anything to do with the AIW guys. I think it has to do with the fact that you were sidelined with an injury. I think all three of those guys, on the other hand, have made a lot of mistakes that have prevented them from doing things much farther in professional wrestling. I think that you have much more potential, and I thought it was very questionable that you didn't fucking align yourself with them in the first place. For what? For revenge on Thorne and Biggins? You leaving AIW was one of the best things you could have done for your career. If it wasn't for the fact that you got hurt, you would have toured Germany. You would have toured Europe for 3 months with WXW. AIW didn't get you there, and I'm not going to say that I got you there or Beyond Wrestling got you there. You got yourself there. All that Beyond Wrestling can ever provide, all that AIW can ever provide, is a platform. Okay? You are a cut above the guys in Nixon. You're a cut above everybody else that you were in the ring there with tonight. So why? Why would you join up with them? Was it personal? Did you want to get back at AIW? Or did you just want to fuck shit up? You're telling me you sat in a car for 12 hours to come out in July just so you could fuck shit up?
I mean, it's just a little bit of both. You know, I'm a little fucked up guy myself. I mean,
obviously.
I mean, listen. It's like you said before. Do you think about the things you do? No, sometimes you don't think, you just do. I'm a primitive animal. You know, I work on instincts. And sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. You know, which we'll get to. Why did they leave you hanging? Joining Team AIW. This is all bullshit. Why did they leave me hanging? No. The real deal is, as soon as I started to see Nixon angles popping up all over the place, I'm not even going to name the companies. I don't want to piss anybody off any more than they already are. But it's pretty fucking obvious where it went down. As soon as I start seeing 3 different companies trying to rip off the angle, I'm out. I don't want nothing to do with that.
But you inspired.
That's great. That's great. Inspired. I don't want nothing to do with what people are wanting to rip off another coin.
It's got nothing to do with ripping it off, man. That's the thing. You're so you're. It's so fucking hard talking to you, man, honestly.
Why? What's so hard?
Nothing. It's like tunnel vision. Like, you're like some fucking thick-headed Italian. Like, I can't get through to you. Like, it's got nothing to do with ripping it off. You inspired wrestlers around the country to behave the same way that you did. You started an uprising.
You know what? I feel bad for them. All right, let's get joining Team AIW. Goes back to what I was telling you before about the paydays around here. Or about even wanting to get my ass out here. I mean, really. Come on. Chess Flexor wants to put up the money for me to come out and help his guys. Well, you know what? I'll do what I have to do. Hands down, no problem. You think sitting in the car for that? I've sat in the car for fucking longer than 8 hours and this and that. I've been in the car for 24 hours straight. You think I give a damn? The money's good, the money's good. I don't care. I'll take off from work.
So no loyalty one way or another. You don't really...
Loyalty? Where was the loyalty to me when I was the guy carrying this company for a year? Huh? Shut up. Turning on BJ Whitmer. I mean, come on. Was BJ Whitmer really that gullible to think I was really going to be his partner? No, he really wasn't. He wasn't, but you know what? In the heat of battle, I guess he needed a helping hand. And just like I extended my hand, I took it away just as quick. So BJ Whitmer, you're an idiot. And you know what? I don't know if that's the reason why you left wrestling in the first place. It's because you just couldn't hack it mentally. Me, I play mind games. I play chess with these people. When I look into their eyes, they're afraid. I got people shook before I even step in the ring. That's their problem. That ain't my problem. You, hey, sorry you trusted me. You shouldn't have. Is what it is, end of story. And my future in AIW. You know what? Like I said, I'm not the kind of guy that really comes up with these grand plans because I'm the victim of basically shit happens and it can all be taken away from you at any minute. So I kind of just go as I please and I do what I want. Thank you very much. This interview has been splendid.
You don't have anything else you want to say? These are just the things that I wanted to ask you.
What else is there to say? I've said everything I need to say.